This is IGN. One small step for man, one giant leap for the Trails series. This is your IGN review of The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon by George Yang. When a series such as Trails lasts as long as it has, sometimes things start to get weird. We've seen giant mechs, supernatural beings, and even multiversal time travel. After all that, where else is there to go? Outer space. The vast unknown territory of the final frontier is filled with possibilities, and The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon breaks through the atmosphere in order to tell a compelling sci-fi fantasy story filled with deception and intrigue. It also continues to refine the Daybreak Saga's hybrid action and turn-based combat system, with battles that are more engaging than ever before. The cliffhanger ending could make for a rocky re-entry for some, but when the dust settles, Trails Beyond the Horizon manages to safely touch down as another enthralling RPG. Picking up where Trails through Daybreak 2 left off, Trails Beyond the Horizon sees the nation of Calvard attempt humanity's first manned spaceflight, called Project Startaker. Like Trails into Reverie, the roughly 60 to 70 hour campaign is split between the perspectives of three characters: Rain Schwartzer, the Trails of Cold Steel saga's protagonist; Kevin Graham, the lead of Trails in the Sky the Third; and Daybreak's mercenary hero Van Arkwright. Trails Beyond the Horizon manages this balance well, but unsurprisingly, it does mean this isn't a good starting point for new fans. Van is the star, but it treats each of the three as a main character in their own way, so you'll need to have played the two previous Daybreak games and be familiar with the Cold Steel saga, Reverie, and the third entry in the Sky trilogy to really get everything that's going on. Like the previous Daybreak games, Trails Beyond the Horizon uses a hybrid turn-based and real-time action combat system. Out in the field, you can wail on enemies in real time in order to stun them. After successfully doing so, you can then transition to the turn-based battle system with an advantage, dealing extra damage right out of the gate. This was an imperfect but exciting system I liked when it was first introduced, and further refinements here make the field battles feel more fleshed out. The biggest addition to Trails Beyond the Horizon's turn-based combat is the introduction of shard commands. These are basically upgraded versions of Brave Orders from Cold Steel 3, 4, and Reverie. By consuming portions of your boost gauge, you can apply party-wide buffs that last for a limited number of turns. They can drastically turn the tide of battle, with effects like reducing incoming damage down to 30% or decreasing casting time for spells. Shard commands are also more flexible than Brave Orders. In previous Trails games, bosses could enact their Brave Orders, called Disorders, to overwrite your own, but you couldn't do the same thing back. You're now able to overwrite boss anti-shard commands with your own, but it'll consume an extra bar in your boost gauge on top of the normal cost. It's a smartly implemented trade-off that levels the playing field and feels fair. Finally, the customization options remain largely unchanged from the two previous Daybreak games, but that's not a bad thing, since it provides the same kind of fun as tinkering in a toy box and getting lost for hours while optimizing your party's full potential. Slotting elemental gems called quartz into one of 4 available lines for a variety of perks is still a clever system. It's fun to experiment with different elemental combinations and values in order to unlock more potent shard abilities, including ones that can help outside of battle, like Goldeneye, which marks every treasure chest on your map in the area, ensuring that you'll never miss any useful items. The quartz system has been polished over the past 2 decades and has become one of the most flexible in any modern RPG. After its predecessor took a detour from advancing the Calvard saga in favor of a more interpersonal story, The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon almost feels like an overcorrection, as it weaves the plot-heavy stories of 3 different protagonists into a single adventure. However, splitting it into 3 distinct routes makes it all that much easier to digest. While our main hero is overshadowed by the other protagonists early on, the story eventually finds a satisfying way to weave its paths together and ultimately sticks the landing. The new mechanics in both the turn-based and real-time combat are welcome additions that continue to refine a battle system that was already a lot of fun. And while its cliffhanger ending will likely be divisive, Trails Beyond the Horizon has certainly built an exciting launchpad for what comes next. The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon's IGN score? 8 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest game and movie updates, reviews, and more, visit us at IGN.com.
SpokenLayer.